Hello, sixth graders, and welcome to 3.7. In lesson 7 today, we'll be talking about how to interpret the quotient. Remember, the quotient is an answer to a division problem, and we're going to be working with dividing decimals again. So really what this means is after you solve kind of a real world problem, look at your answer and figure out what does that mean in the context of the problem. In other words, a lot of times you'll either have to round up or round down uh, to get a suffice number, to get what you're looking for. Okay, so let's go through a few examples, and I think that'll make a little bit more sense for you. Example 1 says, suppose Mark wants to make bags of slime. Okay, kind of a fun activity. If each bag of slime requires 0.15 kilograms of cornstarch, and he has 1.23 kilograms total of cornstarch, how many bags of slime can he make? All right, well, the question asks how many whole bags can be made with the cornstarch, and that's divided into groups of each bag needs at least 0.15. So if we take our total of 1.23 and we divide that by 0.15, we'll come up with our answer. Okay, remember that we need to move our decimal to make this outside number a whole number. And if we multiply our divisor by 100, we also need to multiply our dividend by 100. In other words, move the decimal 2 spots. So this is the same as 123 divided by 15. Okay, well, how many times then does 15 go into 123? Okay, well, it might not be obvious at first, but thankfully 15 is not too bad of a number to count by. 15, 30, 45, 60, just doing multiples of 15 here. 75, 90, 105, so, and if you had another 15, that'd be 120. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 8 times, and 15 times 8 was 120. Subtract, I get 3. And remember now, if there's something to bring down, you can always add the decimal and imaginary zeros and bring our decimal straight up in our answer. Bring our 0 down, and 15 goes into 30 twice. So 1.23 divided by 0.15 is 8.2. So think about that answer. The quotient shows that there is not enough to make 9 bags of slime that are 0.15 kilograms each. There is only enough for 8 bags. The decimal part of the quotient will not be used in the answer. So Mark can make a total of 8 full bags of slime. This 0.2 we ended up having to round down because this little leftover of cornstarch isn't enough to make another entire bag. Okay, so there's kind of an example of what it means to interpret the quotient. Example 2 will kind of follow a similar pattern. There are 237 students in the 7th grade. If Mr. Jones buys rolls of film with 36 exposures each, how many rolls will he need to take every student's picture? Okay. So first we'd have to divide. We have to take 237 and divide that by 36. And again, the answer is not quite obvious right away. 36 can't go into 23. It has to go into 237. So our response has to go above the 7. We might have to add a decimal and imaginary zeros and bring our decimals straight up. All that jazz. Okay. Let's round this to 40. Okay. So 40, 80, 120, 160, 200, 240. Okay. Well, let's see. This will be times 2, times 3, times 4, times 5, times 6. I'm going to be really close. So I'm going to try 6. And 36 times 6 would give me 6 times 6 is 36. Carry my 3. 6 times 3 is 18, 19, 20, 21. So it would give me 216. If I subtract, I get 1, 2, nothing here, and bring down an imaginary 0. And 36 will go into 210, 2, 3, 4. Actually, yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Or would it go in 5 times? Let's try 5. 36 times 5 would be around that 200 mark. So 6 times 5 is 30. Carry my 3. 5 times 3 is 15, 16, 17, 18. I get 180. So that would be 5. And subtract 180. That would be 30. Bring down another 0. Okay. 36 goes into 300. Okay. What goes into 300 8 times? And then if you keep going with this, okay, you're going to end up with 3 repeating. So 6.583 repeating. In other words, think that 6 rolls of film will not be enough to take every student's picture. Mr. Jones will need to buy another roll of film. The quotient must be rounded up to the next highest whole number. Okay? So Mr. Jones will need a total of 7 rolls of film. All right? So again, where you're thinking about what your answer actually means in the context of the problem. Okay? In this case, round up. It's okay to have extra. Example 3 says Gary has 42.25 meters of rope and he cuts it into 13 equal pieces. How long is each piece? Okay. So again, we take our total and divide it by 13. So 42.25 divided by 13. 13 goes into 42 3 times. Bring my decimal straight up. 3 times 13 is 39. Subtract, I get 3, bring down my 2. Goes into 32 twice, which is 26. Subtract, I'd have 6, and bring down my 5. And 13 goes into 65. How many times? Let's guess about 5. And then let's see. 13 times 5. 15, carry my 1. 5, 6. Yep. Okay, I was right. So, which is 65, and I have nothing left. So, 3.25 is how long that each piece needs to be. So the question asks this time for an exact answer. If he cuts into how long is each piece? And that's exactly what we found. So don't estimate, use everything here. So each piece will be 3.25 meters long. What we just did here is nothing different than what we have been doing. It's just finding the exact answer. All right? Go ahead and pause the video for 1, 2, and 3 on the check it out problems. Please do them on your own and see what you come up with. I see that I'm running out of time here, so I'm going to quickly give you the answers. All right, for 1, should have gotten 9. For 2 is 15, and for 3 is 4.28. Please, please, please let me know if you have more questions on those, and I can show you how to work them out. Until next time, see you later.